And SENG is an organization that has over 12,000 members and has helped over 3,000 professionals to land their next job. And SENG offers a broad range of job search services, and membership is free. And I will put that link in the chat. But also want to share, Marty is here to discuss chances worth taking in your job search, which includes tactical moves that many job seekers don't take that could help you shorten your search. Marty has a great presentation in store for us, so I will ask so that we can record the entire presentation that you hold your questions until after his presentation is done. Marty has generously agreed to give us additional time if questions and answers runs past the 4:30 time stop. So we are extremely grateful for him and his time. And as we welcome Marty back to our community, we're going to kick it off by asking Marty to please share one piece of insider knowledge that many job seekers might not be aware of, but would find incredibly helpful in their job search. Take it away.
Well, thanks again for having me come back and speak to the group. I just want to be clear, and I know Rahul is aware of this. We're recording this section of the meeting, but the presentation itself will not be recorded. So, you're all welcome to take notes, but all the material is copyrighted. So I would just ask that you be mindful of the proprietary nature of the information I'm going to share. Now, regarding the one tip that I might suggest that maybe some of you haven't taken the time to do, think about new products that when we introduce them into the marketplace, and what is it that we do? And I've been fortunate to introduce a lot of pretty famous products throughout my marketing and sales career. Products like the Sony Walkman, the cell phone. When I was working at Motorola, we were the inventors and the creators of everything that was wireless, including cellular technology. But every time we introduced a new product, we did a lot of homework before anybody saw or heard anything about those products. We identified what was the need in the marketplace, what was, the way in which we wanted to message, the way we were going to address that. And particularly important is who's the audience we're trying to reach, because you can't make products that everybody has a need for. But you oftentimes are going to be very targeted in the audience you're trying to reach. We do this for products, but you as a job seeker need to do all those same things for yourself, because a job search and a new product launch require all the same things. And one of the things you've got to do is to be able to create interest and activity amongst those people that you're trying to reach. And so for me, one of the things that I see a lot of job seekers not doing is to take the time to develop a target company list. You've got to identify by industry who are the specific companies that you want to reach, and then who are the 5, 6, or 7 people inside every one of those firms that you want to be messaging to create interest and activity for you, this new product that you're trying to launch into the marketplace. Now, why is having a target company so important? There's a lot of benefits to it. We know that a lot of job searches, you can go down a rabbit hole and spend 2 and 3 or more hours on something, particularly on LinkedIn, and can't even remember where you started. But a target company list will create focus around your search. And focus is so important to a job search, because if you want to shorten the amount of time it takes to find your next job, if you're taking all of your time to just answer as many online ads as you can, your job search is going to take a long time. But if you get very focused on the companies that are of interest to you, whether they have an advertised job or not, that's important. You got to be going after companies that don't have advertised jobs, but they are jobs, or they are companies where you have something of value to them. Because while they may not have a job for you today, they could in 2 weeks or in 2 months. Oftentimes you can create an opportunity for yourself where they look at your background because you've connected the dots between things that you've done in your past that are pertinent to their future. It can create a job right on the spot. So you create focus around your search when you create a target company list. It also enables your network to help you, because if you can share with your network hey, these are the 5, 10, or 50 companies that I'm interested in, you can see whether or not they are connected to people in those firms and then can make potential introductions for you. It all also enables you, to find ways in which to create essentially an outbound marketing campaign around your search. Because it's not enough to be reactive where you're just responding to online ads. You've got to be very proactive in your search so that you are actively creating visibility for yourself in places that most people aren't going after. One of the big advantages of going after companies that don't have advertised jobs, but are companies that you believe you offer great value to them, is that you're no longer competing against 200 or 300 other applicants that also feel they are the right candidate for the job that somebody's trying to fill. Oftentimes, you may be the only candidate going after that company. And that's where you get tremendous visibility and traction because there's virtually no competition. So it's real easy to do what other folks are doing. And if that's, the path you decide to take, then in my mind, you've surrendered to those 200 to 1 odds that you have for most decent jobs that are out there, because that's how many people are responding to them. And oftentimes responding, to jobs within 2 hours, you can get 200 applicants. So I'm not telling you not to respond to them, but there are great opportunities in the hidden job market, which oftentimes could be far more than 50% of all the available jobs that are out there, because so many companies have made very conscientious decisions not to advertise their open positions. Because when you've got several hundred or several thousand people inside your firm, this is why companies are willing to reward their employees if they make a recommendation to somebody for a position and that person gets hired. They're going to give you $1,000 or $2,000. It's easy to do. It's less expensive than advertising, and oftentimes is much faster than having to cull through hundreds of resumes that have responded to an ad. So create focus around your search, create that target company list. And for every one of those companies, you got to identify 3, 4, 5, 6 people inside that firm that you want to be promoting your background to so that you can create visibility inside that firm, whether they have jobs or not, but you want to create that visibility that gets people talking about your background so that you can create exploratory conversations that oftentimes don't happen when you're simply doing what everybody else is doing. So open it up to any questions or comments that people may have on that. And I'm anxious to hear whether or not anybody has taken, the approach of particularly going after companies that don't have advertised jobs.